Welcome to My Long Island TV. From Manhasset to Montauk, we have traveled our communities to bring you the following events. I'm your host, Waldo Cabrera. My Long Island TV starts now.
We're so excited to be here at the Heckscher Museum for this incredible event with Christian White. It's another one of our signature series events because it has so much going on added. You get to meet the artist, hear the artist. That's what the whole signature series and Arts Alive is about, growing new audiences and making art more accessible to everyone. We haven't really created that much more. It's there. What we're trying to do is shine the spotlight and let people become aware of it and have a place where they can go at our website, artsaliveli.org. That's the whole point, to let everyone know this is what's always being offered out there. Go out and get some.
We're still figuring out how eyes work. It's very, very difficult clinically to find out precisely how eyes and especially how perception work. So I'm giving a lecture about color, titled Why Less is More. Mostly it's trying to explain what the ideas behind modernist use of color is in art. There's this color chart here which is based on Isaac Newton's idea of color, which I'm going to update this to the modern concept, which is different from this. So this is what's often taught in art in kindergarten too, as how color works. But it's from the 17th century, and we know much more about color in the 21st century. Isaac Newton was the one who discovered that white light is made up of components of different colors that can be separated and then put back together to make white. In the 19th century, in the 1800s, the color palette changed a lot because the pigments available to artists changed a lot. There were a lot of new inventions in chemistry. Most notably, towards the end of the 19th century and early 20th century was the addition of magenta pigment, which really didn't exist before, and you won't find in any paintings before the 19th century. The color magenta was something that people could describe, but they couldn't reproduce in permanent painting. They could reproduce it in cloth with dyes. But so we don't have any old paintings with certain colors in them. Van Gogh, for instance, had a range of pigments that he could use which were not available to, say, Da Vinci or even Rubens. If you look at Rubens's paintings, it's a fairly restricted range of colors that he could make. If you're not willing to restrict the number of colors you use, you don't get to play with that so much. I mean, for instance, the blue period is an early example of a restricted palette using very few colors, and it had an economic reason. Picasso had a whole blue period because he couldn't afford red paint. But there was a new blue, Prussian blue, which was very cheap, and so he could paint a lot of paintings without spending a lot of money. Seurat who is known for pointillism. He was trying to synthesize colors out of separate pieces of paint. And so he would not use black, but Manet, if you take Manet, black was his favorite color. It's not fun to have an unlimited amount of possibility. It's inhibiting. And so I always say that limitations are liberating. If you can restrict the possibilities to just a few things that you can do, you're much more likely to be inventive with that. And that's another reason why less is more.